Every year, millions of people make New Year's resolutions, and every year, most of them fail. I was one of them. I'm sure we're all familiar with the term New Year, New Me, but I realized that that phrase is actually built on a false sense of reality because the calendar year is a concept. Humans, somewhere along the way, made it up. With good reason. It allows us to track what happens when it happens. But other than that, time keeps moving. There is no literal difference between December 31st and January 1st. If the air doesn't magically change in the new year, then why would I magically change in the new year? And this idea of a new year, this idea of starting from the beginning, makes people feel like they have a clean slate. But once again, I came to realize that it's made up. It's a lie. And I believe people feed into this because they have good intentions. They want to be better. They want to improve. And the new year incentivizes them to do this. But this is where I think one of the parables of Jesus is actually really applicable. In Matthew 21 from verse 28, Jesus speaks about a man who had two sons. He goes to the first son and says, "I want you to work in the vineyard today." But his son responds, "No, actually, I'm not going to work in the vineyard." But the Bible says later he changed his mind and he actually ended up doing the work. The father went to the second son and gave the exact same instruction. "Son, I want you to go to work today in the vineyard." Now this son said, "Yes, Dad, I'll go. I got you." But he didn't end up doing it. Verse 31, Jesus now asks the people, which of the two did what you think their father wanted? And the answer is the first one. Meaning that actions always trump intentions. You can intend to make 2025 the best year of your life, but if there are no actions behind those intentions, then we're all fooling ourselves. And this time of the year, I'm always reminding myself of that age-old phrase that says nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want a different outcome, you have to do something differently. And when discussing the significance of what we do or what we have tendencies in doing, one word comes up, and that word is habits. I've referred to this book a million times on this channel, but it is an unbelievable and greatly insightful read. Atomic Habits by James Clear speaks about how what most of us need is a change in identity. That is, we need to start identifying as the people that we want to become. An identity change made it apparent to me that I'm not the person I was before. I am a new being. The most common example of the significance of identifying as who you want to become is the example of two smokers are approached and they both decline, but one says, "I'm not a smoker," and the other says, "I'm off cigarettes." And it's immediately clear which answer was more convincing, which answer had intention and a hint of action behind it. Another big reason I believe New Year's resolutions fail is because people put too much emphasis on goals. I believe the emphasis should be put on systems. Now, the difference between a system and a goal is that a system will make sure that whether it rains, whether it's sunny, whether it's snowy, that you do what you set out to do, because the environmental conditions around you are primed so that you can fulfill the task that it is you want to fulfill. It's like a routine, essentially. We don't rise to the quality of our goals, but we fall to the effectiveness of our systems. The most basic example of a system in my life is having my book strategically placed on the locker beside my bed so that before I hit the hay every night, I'll get my 10 pages in. Recap: nothing changes if nothing changes. Ascertain who you want to become before what you want to do. And systems over goals every day of the week. Happy New Year to you all. This year is going to be a big one. On the topic of being inspired for this new year, check out this video I got on my top 10 quotes that give me inspiration. Take care. Peace.